A prayer of St.G, the exploitation of God. Since we were not so fond of life, always allowed ourselves to suspect a higher life. Not that we would work for it or acquiesce to its admonishments, but it was comforting to consider its possibility. Then, since it was not real, could be supposed to contain virgins and mansions, crowns, the unification with ancestors, and some exalted place for ourselves. Further, the way to it could be contrived, that we would live fairly honest lives, certainly so in comparison to others. It were possible that we would somewhat die and live again in advanced stages. Such go the fantasies of men who ever were concerned with their own advancement and comfort. And if the dice were not so, then it were not a place to be desired. Now the fancies of men were not unknown to the Lord. Divinity suggested non-temporality and the impossibility of duplicating oneself. Anything created could not be divine, thus it would have some flaw. Chiefly, this was seen to be an inappropriate evaluation of the human state, a particularity being some wonderment of moving to a divine nature of power. Into this setting came the serpent. He who had once been close in the courts of the Lord had also in mind that there was some path to becoming God. And if it were not so honestly, then perhaps the one could be defeated and brought low, while Satan grew high. This awkward idea somehow found itself also in the mind of men. For did not the Lord walk with them and converse, natural things? Surely he was common in some way which could be exploited. Was he a God of power and vengeance, or was there a weakness of timidity? Was this all-consuming love not a flaw? What was the Lord to do but give them free rein to gallop in their own direction? Now the two were joined, the spirits and the bodied souls. But all the nature of God was not known, surely not by Satan, whose own masks blinded his sight. And the Lord would seem as one to Satan, one throne to be deposed. Yet you are three. The Son from all eternity was the form humanity would take, would be given, in order that evil be allowed to sanctify the people. Time and space were created, a wilderness of trial. Then among us would come a man who by perfection would defeat all the fallen host and those on earth in its thrall. Of the Father, your perfection was not only of law, but was of grace. Of this Satan knew nothing, for had not Job been pummeled to ashes by the law and its fates? Thirdly was the Spirit, which was given to the earth to reconcile all things among the peoples and the Lord, and to make known the faithful works of the Son. Thus it is so.